foundation to build from. And so there's a little bit of restabilizing and organizing and getting my head around everything that's going on. So there's a lot of different programs. I just want to clarify that I also work under another title. It's called Land Grant Administrator. And what that is we are a land grant institution. In 1994, several tribal colleges, I think it was 31, or there more than that, Russ, you know, right off. I mean, tribal colleges were in 1994. 94 was when it became land grant. Okay. So any tribal colleges apply for land grant status. Every state prior to that had one land grant institution. This is usually a university that studied agriculture, provided extension services, and did research. Ours here in the state was in DSU. We have some extension agents from DSU. They're kind of a artifact of what that land grant status does. Along with that, those large universities got land. But when tribal colleges expressed the interest in getting a land grant status, we didn't get land, instead we got money. And it's called the USDA Endowment Fund. And that really runs a lot of our programs here. And so we have three main goals in all of our land grant activities. That includes teaching, extension, and research. And hopefully you'll see those themes throughout my presentation here. I want to give special thanks to the students and staff in the land grant programs. They've really been very, very supportive. We have, I'll just kind of point them out. We have Chantel Redday, she's a student in natural resource management. Who else we have? We have Grace Thumb, she's a student in natural resource management. Jimmy Robinson is a student in agriculture. Laverne Sullivan is the program director for health and nutrition. Who else do we have? Jermaine Thompson. She's our administrative assistant and cooks a lot of good stuff for the health and nutrition programs. We have a couple others that aren't here today. We have Rodney Martin, Jane Fire, is Jane here? Deja Dupulis, and anyone else is in there? I apologize for not remembering, but that covers Pete Young and Alonzo Chico have also done a lot of work with us. This is a picture of some of us having some landscaping this summer. If you came in the front doors, you will have seen the CCCC and the big circles of beautiful flowers around it. It didn't always look that way. It was quite a task, but we got it done this summer and it was really, really great. So as far as our program goals, we always strive to provide educational experiences that encourage individual, social, and environmental sustainability and growth. I'm just going to give you a highlight of some of the things that we're doing, starting with what you might know us best for. We have our tilling services programs. We have a John Deere tractor that we take out. Usually some students, this is Chantel, demonstrating her tractor skills. We also have Deja. They were out tilling this spring and summer. And so what they actually do is they go out and till a garden for anyone who wants a garden site within the boundaries of the Spirit Lake Reservation. All you have to do is give us a call. I'll provide my phone number up here, and we can give you information. I'm thinking by March 1st we sign up, and hopefully we'll be able to start tilling before the summer. It'll go through probably June 15th. In the past, there's also been garden checks where they go out and kind of check to see how people are doing with their gardens. But I've had a few people tell me, and Dana, you're one of them, that said, well, I got a garden tilled, but I don't know how to garden. Right? And it just, it's pretty disheartening for anyone who's starting out. So what I'd like to do this summer is provide a little bit more educational opportunities. Maybe some flyers, kind of basic garden knowledge. For example, if you have tomato plants, if you water them from the base rather than the top of the leaves, they'll be much better. Did you know that? Just some kind of little hints along the way to help some of the beginning gardeners. We also do health and nutrition workshops. Oh, sure.
What's the most agility of that?
The largest size?
What do you guys like to do that?
There's a minimum, Russ. Do you know there's minimum and maximum? I don't know it right off.
I don't know if you got that some policy, but I think it's about 40 by 80.
40 by 80?
That's the request for larger. We try to accommodate that. We're trying to get the whole reservation to do so. Really good.
with that. With the health and nutrition workshop, it's a month-to-month workshop that we discuss ways in which we can make food, healthy food, a better part of our lives. I've been to a couple of these since I came. One of the, let's see, beginning of the semester, there was one about preserving foods with canning. Talking about salsas, how to can salsa. There was one called Slow Cooking with Style. Originally was cooking with slow cookers. But I myself am a slow cooker. I take a long time in the kitchen, so it almost sounded like a self-help thing. But Slow Cooking with Style. And this month is Cooking with Squashes. It'll be October 27th at 12 o'clock noon in the Natural Resource Building. And in our college garden, we do have squashes. We brought some today that are at the table here. You're welcome to take any you like. That's one thing that's been really abundant this year is squash. Another thing we've had a good harvest on is tomatoes, potatoes, and green beans. There's a lot of room in our garden, and next year things will always be changing. Campus is always developing and changing, so I'm already starting to plan for the garden for next year. I'm hoping that we can have some carrots, some lettuce, spinach. I really, really like spinach. Some herbs, and peas, just to name a few. And hopefully next year our corn, peppers, and onions will be better than they did this year. Our corn was kind of sad, but it was an experimental crop when we got about this fall. So. And with the good stock of produce will come farmers markets. We did not have a farmers market this year. It was something that we just didn't have the capacity to organize. What we did instead is we have produce available at the agriculture building for anyone in the college that wanted to come and get some. In the past, the farmers markets have run on Saturday mornings, from what I understand. Often just one event in September or a couple weekends in September. What I would like to see is one day a week, May through October, something like a Thursday afternoon into evening. And this would give a chance for people to bring in their own produce to sell, set up a table. You could also do arts and crafts, kind of a marketplace type atmosphere. Now in May, we might not have a whole lot of produce to sell, but what we could have are plant starts. This is a start of white flake corn we started in the greenhouse. So we start all our tomatoes, squashes, corn, peppers, a lot of those things that need a good head start that can't tolerate the frost. So we start them in the greenhouse. This gives a really good opportunity for student learning. This is Chantel and Jay doing some potting. They were starting out, I think this was in the spring, probably starting some squashes. And this is a picture of Grace and Rodney. This weekend they were getting together some of the plants that have been around the college. We tend to those too. Kind of trimming them up, helping them propagate the geraniums that Rodney has in the back there. We need to go dormant for the winter so they'll come back better next year and more beautiful. So there's always something going on in the greenhouse. This is a picture of our greenhouse right now. It's an adequate size. We can get probably 6 people in there. It would be pretty crowded. So there's a couple of classes I want to take students in, and it's going to be a tight squeeze to get in there. What's coming up next year is the greenhouse expansion. There's some pictures left up on the wall here from the public meeting about it. This will be funded through the USDA Rural Housing Development Grant, and it'll actually run from the agriculture building over to the main building. It'll serve as a corridor. It'll be about 3 times the size of the greenhouse now. So not only will we be able to do actual work in there, like starting plants and tending the plants, but there will probably be space for classroom activities, or space that can kind of be a seating space, that if somebody in the middle of winter says, oh geez, I just want to see some green plants, they can come and kind of hang out and enjoy the plants. So that's one of the big things we're looking forward to. Also in the greenhouse we have native garden starts. That's one of the things with the native plants class that they would have going on next week. We're going to start planting native plants during the spring. You can put them in the ground. of our most ambitious native gardens is the medicine wheel. This is a group from California Polytechnic Institute that came out and volunteered their time to help build the medicine wheel garden. It's located over this way, I think. Bad with directions. But they put a lot of effort into it, and it does look like this. Right now, it doesn't look like this. It's really hard to get to because there's continual construction going on around it. You see where the parking lot is supposed to be in the future. All of that's just dirt right now. So it's really hard to access the medicine wheel. At the point that this parking lot does get paved, the medicine wheel is going to be very central to the campus. One of the things that's not in this picture is just to the left of the medicine wheel. There's going to be a path going up down that hill. And that path is going to be part of the nature trail and outdoor classroom. This is what it looked like after Friday. I took a walk down there. Alonzo and Pete have been working very hard, mowing, tilling, laying new timbers. The next step is to lay down the heat gravel. Hopefully we'll get all that done before winter. And then over the winter, we're going to be working on interpretive signs. There will also be some area to have picnic tables. We've got some large octagon picnic tables that will go down there, so classes can go down there. So group meetings could happen. So the family could go down and have a picnic and enjoy some of the birds and the plants down there. So that's up and coming. I know there's been some interest expressed for uses already for next summer. I believe Moritz kind of said, oh, NRCS Conservation Day. Let's do it at your place next time. We'll see. I have enough space too. We can do that. Just past that nature trail are some ponds. And these ponds are going to be inhabited by fish very soon. Right now, we're studying yellow perch to see how feasible it would be to actually grow and produce yellow perch for food. Right now, they're in our fish farm. We got these 2 weeks ago, right? So they're just little guys. They're 3-inch fingerlings. And they seem to be doing okay. Every time you move fish, there's going to be a little bit of shock going on. So we did lose some hence mortality, but they're hanging in there. So before everything ices up, we're going to get them into the pond, do some research over the winter as far as looking fed a soybean-based high-protein diet to see if we can mitigate the slow growth during the winter. That's really the hard thing here as far as aquaculture, is allowing the fish to grow over the winter and not just stay little dry eggs. So we'll see how that goes. So I've really kind of given you a broad spectrum of everything that's going on. We're working to integrate all of this. And since the topic is opportunities, what are the opportunities? You can request tilling services this spring. You can attend health and nutrition workshops. You can express interest in locally produced food. The more interest I get, the more I'm going to be willing to put into the food programs, right? The hardest thing is, if you have a garden, is that, well, we have all this produce, now what to do with it? But if we have people who would be interested in it, we're more than willing to produce. Enjoy the nature trail. Take a walk. And you can also take courses in natural resources and agriculture. Just as a little preview, these are some of the courses we'll be offering in the spring. We'll be offering Intro to Natural Resources. We'll be offering Environmental Science, Identification of Native Plants, which Melissa's in that class now. She likes it, all right. Introduction to Range Management. And then a course called Sustainable Food Systems. This course is actually something I'm designing now. It's kind of always on my mind. I don't know if I jot down ideas in. But in this class, we're going to discuss the role of conventional and sustainable agriculture in the United States and explore opportunities to engage local food systems in our community.